Fuck it.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Slime Zone.
And our tech is real slime or is real slimy. We just got
Oh god.
we got started late because everything it kind of exploded, but I mean, look at the
Yeah.
results.
Yeah, everybody give Maddie some claps in the chat because she's working so hard on the production values here. It's incredible. We've got double the camera work going on right now with both of our phones plugged into the room. Our CPUs are overloading. So if anything gets fucked up, be nice to us.
Oh man, was
um,
this is the stream might be like dropping frames.
I saw some lag for a second, but it looks fine now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys start seeing uh like a lot of dropped frames, tell me. I'm not sure what I'll do about that.
But at
but
least we'll know.
yeah.
Then we'll go to strictly just sound only, just making ASMR. Yeah, just slurping.
Okay, so yeah, we have it's slime time. It's slime
Slime
time.
time. Yes.
Um I feel like we should get right into the slime before everything explodes.
I think so. We can talk while we slime about anything we need to
Yeah, that's the goal is to I
know.
definitely want to be if we want to talk about anything, I want to be sliming while we're talking. So let's
Yes.
so let's just start. I bought a fuckload of shit.
Oh, good.
Look at how
Yes, I
much
have not seen yet. Oh my God. Oh, you're gonna have. I hope you like this hobby because you're gonna
well,
you're gonna be doing it
it
for
was
me.
so cheap like there was like little tiny ones that were like this big for like 150. So it was like
Mhm.
I could get like if I had spent $10 on those, I would have gotten like a fourth of this. And then this was only $10. So I was like, either I'll slime with it. I definitely want to do a slime one more time because we have that other idea where we want to do some kind of slime stream where it's like something super heady and we just are sliming while we do it so that your brain can watch us like those
Just like those TikToks where they have like a clip of My Dinner with Andre and then like a Maze Runner at the same time or
right.
whatever.
So I definitely want to do that stream. Uh,
Yeah.
so I will definitely slime at least one more time.
Yeah.
Uh,
What all mix-ins and shit like that did it? Because everybody, I gave Maddie a list of options. I wasn't able to find like fake snow, even though it's that time of year, which sucks because
oh
that makes
wow.
like really cool stuff. But
I'm okay.
that,
I'm gonna be real. I spent a bunch on this shit, and so I didn't buy anything to mix in. But I do have some random shit that I just had because you said makeup.
yeah, you
So
can put pigment in there.
so unfortunately, I didn't have any foaming soap, which was the thing that I was hoping I had. Um, all my soap is non-foaming, I guess. Um, but yeah, this. So basically, I just have some like random eyeshadow. I have a lip gloss. Oh, Cooper, you're not gonna be able to be in here. You can be in here for no. You're gonna
Oh,
ruin everything for me. I love you. You're my favorite, but not today. So
not
yeah,
today. Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't have a lot of fun stuff to put in it, because I got so much fucking goop.
Okay, you just got bulk goop. I couldn't find any foam balls, which is sad. Like the slime era is really fucking Jover. But I did get clear glue, white glue, different sounds, different textures, glitters. You can dye them with markers, so I'll do that. And then also some little pom poms.
That'll be fun.
Oh, and foaming. This will be for the white glue. But
Cool.
um, so yeah, so we'll hop on right into it. So you got your glues, and I had you right before this make your borax solution.
Oh no, I didn't do
Um,
that. I got the warm
oh,
water,
okay,
but I didn't
do that
actually
right
do
here.
that. So I need to do that.
Perfect.
So I need a tablespoon of borax, right?
In a cup of hot water. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'm an OG slime head. My first Instagram was a slime Instagram. Chinchilla slime. It's still up. You can check out my off.
I don't know anything. I know Devin was a Slimer, an OG Slimer. That's like the extent of what I know.
Yes. That was like 2016, 2015. That was my anxiety outlet, was watching slime videos, and then I started filming my own and going to conventions and participating in the community, which it was me and 100 16-year-old girls. Like I went to a convention called Slimers in the City, and it was organized by a 16-year-old girl.
Oh my god.
So so everything that I know from the community, and the knowledge, the formulas, the mix-ins, the filming style, everything. These are things people used to have knockdown, drag out battles about.
Okay, so teaspoon or tablespoon
Of the borax
borax
in the hot
into the hot
water.
water.
Yeah,
Hopefully
and
get
then just try to stir it up until it dissolves. Yes, Slimer street cred. Oh, thank you, Eternity Box, on the outfit. This is a Herbawi keffiyeh
I was gonna
from,
ask.
yes, from the only keffiyeh manufacturer in Palestine. I was really lucky to get it from Herbawi USA. So it was some of their USA supply, but it has a little tag with the Palestinian lot number. So that shit's authentic. Yeah. So if you do want to get any of this kind of shit, make sure you get it from Herbawi, and not that Amazon shit, so that you can support the culture.
Okay. Does it need to be really mixed in? My cup is a little full.
Yeah, just kind of dissolve it in the water.
Okay, I think that's pretty good.
Chubby Kumquat says, I had a real formative slime experience as a kid. Never came back to it, but I remember a very specific texture being amazing, and I never figured out what was the magic. Okay. You'll have to tell me what the texture was, and I might be able to guess. It could be, especially if we're talking the 90s, probably cornstarch. But now there's all kinds of things people add. Daiso clay from the Japanese dollar store is a big one. Foam balls. Magic eraser sponge does really cool shit in slime.
Yeah, you said that to me. I can't even. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this again when we have more shit.
Yes. Now that you have glue, you're like stocked. So.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciated photo that you said, "Don't store your glue in the garage where it can freeze. My big jug like that broke," which is such a shame because I'm glad you said that because I absolutely would. I wonder if wood glue would do the same thing because I have some wood glue in the garage.
You can. It's a different texture. Every glue is a little different. Glitter glue does not work, even though you can add glitter to glue. Glitter glue does not work, but wood glue can be done. Anything that can be done has been tried in this community. The scientists have been at it.
Okay, so I got that.
Okay, perfect. Now we can start activating our slime. So you can just pour into one of these clear deli containers. Pour your glue in there.
Like how much? Just
how much slime do you want, baby?
Maybe I'll just start with that for now. And then I can do more. I have a couple containers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave my ring on. That might be a mistake. So okay, so just the glue and then the borax?
And now you just add a few little, so you'll want to have your stirrer that you're going to use to incorporate the borax into the slime. So you want to just start with a few drops of that solution at first, just to really see, because I don't know exactly how strong you made it. So you'll just can add a few little drops of the borax solution at first. I am gonna go rogue. I actually bought. They did not in my day. They did not used to have this, but I bought Elmer's Magical Liquid, which is an activator that they now sell. People used to also use contact solution. You can also use that to activate slime, or some laundry detergents also work. but then it smells. Then you can't add a scent to your slime because it already smells like the laundry detergent. So
Oh. Okay, so I put some drops in there and now mix it with the spoon?
yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's sliming.
yeah. So I'm gonna just add a couple drops in here because I don't
Oh
know how
wow.
strong
Yeah, it just
it
turns into
is.
slime like immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Starts to harden it up. Now the trouble with clear slime, you'll just from us gesturing with it today, it will get some air bubbles incorporated into it, which does ruin some of the fun of things like mixing in pigments,
Mmm.
because it looks cooler when it's clear. But it'll clear up if you just like leave it somewhere, leave it on a shelf. The air bubbles will clear up in a day or two. So you can also do that. This activator, this store-bought activator is actually incorporating pretty well. Can already get pretty good.
Oh, is that what that is? It's just like specifically store-bought activator?
Yeah, which I've never tried before. I've always done it, the OG way. This is going pretty well.
Science come.
Science come. If you overactivate slime, it's really no big deal. You just kind of need to leave it somewhere like on a windowsill where it'll get in the sun or get a little bit warm. Or you can add a little water or lotion to re-soften it. This is actually working pretty well.
If my slime is too liquidy, I should probably add a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, you want it to get eventually to a jelly-like consistency that you can like actually poke.
Yeah, I think this is too. Shoot, I think I need another. Well, I guess I don't need any borax anymore, right? I don't need to go into the borax
No,
thing.
yeah, that solution will probably be enough for today, I would imagine. By quite a lot.
I'll use.
Okay, and now I don't know if you can really see exactly, but it's starting to kind of like make these little threads that are like kind of clinging to the side, which that's a good sign.
This container might be a little too big, honestly. Okay, yeah, I think I'm getting some of the threads.
Yeah, this is still too sticky.
How does mine look? Can you see mine?
Oh, it's coming together pretty well. You're gonna start to be able to like even just put some of the borax on your fingers and like poke into it at the rate you're going at.
Oh, yeah, maybe mine is too. Uh, uh, uh.
I'm gonna add a little more to mine. Get that off.
Oh, mine is a good consistency. I don't know.
It's a good consistency when you can, yeah, you can handle it yourself pretty well. Okay, see if you can like stretch it or like it might be overactivated a little bit,
Yeah.
but you got lots of glue, so you can always
Yeah, maybe I
take your.
overactivated a little bit.
Yeah, if it doesn't
Maybe.
stretch, if it like rips, then it's overactivated. But
I feel it stretches some and then it rips. So maybe it's just slightly too. Well, I don't know. It's kind of stretching. Oh, it's still so like sticky. I didn't realize how sticky it would be.
it should be not when it's like pretty well like incorporated, and it shouldn't be sticky to like handle. Like it shouldn't leave residue on you.
Yeah, this is full of ectoplasm. Okay. So it's just for me, I'm just clear glue and borax and water.
Hmm.
And you, instead of using the borax and water, used a.
Elmer's magic liquid, which is probably pretty close to contact solution. Um, I don't think it has borax in it.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think.
yeah, so now this is starting to get the threads a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I need a smaller container. I do have a smaller container because I was thinking this would be nice. I bought this to like display it, but I guess just to mix it, I probably need something smaller.
Or you could make a bigger batch, like
That's true.
it all depends on your goals here. The real pros, of course, have like a big, KitchenAid mixer that they just do this shit.
Holy shit.
Oh, oh yeah. And they make these giant. I mean, if we do pull up any videos, I don't think we can handle screen sharing on top of everything potentially, but the
You
big
can link me the videos and then I can show them.
the big batch videos, like the people who sell slime, like they make it in these giant Tupperware containers and like put the little plastic rubber ducks in them or whatever, and they all float to the top, and then just when they use their hand to just push them into the slime. Oh my god, it's the best. It sounds so good.
Actually, this is. Oh my god, this is so. I have so. I'm so sticky now.
Oh no. Vinegar will get slime out of carpet, clothing,
Whoa,
or
whoa, whoa!
or
Can you
you.
see this on camera? That there's like hairs coming off my hands. Can you see that?
No. Oh, little threads, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, yeah, this is starting to get a little bit more like stretch. It's kind of like those candy making videos. If you've ever seen people make the old school taffy.
Oh yeah.
There we go. This is starting to be slime.
Okay, I think
And
I need to start from scratch. I think. But I'm so sticky now.
you can also use the activator to get your hands clean a little bit, or you can use like vinegar or whatever.
Oh,
This
like
is this is good.
should I just dunk my hands in there a little bit?
Sure, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, yeah.
Okay. So now I'm kind of like basically tearing up the little threads that form. I'm no chemist, so I can't explain exactly why that's something, but you're basically making the bonds not just like clumped up, but like evenly distributed throughout the whole shit.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can get this off my hands a little bit and get a container that's closer to yours
Okay.
because I know I have.
Check what the chat's talking about. Yeah, slimes with clay mixed in can be a little bit more of a matte texture. It depends on what clay. Again, Daiso is really the best for creating what's usually called butter slime, which is just like really fun and spreadable, nice matte color. If a slime that is white, so not clear, starts to dry out, you can literally just add lotion to it. Otherwise, you can add just warm water to soften it a little bit. So there are options for doctoring your slime if it gets sick.
Okay.
Okay.
It's so sticky. I'm gonna get another spoon too.
I'm gonna go over to the mic so you can hear this a little bit. Oh, there's some bubbles forming. There's some bubbles coming. So this is where you really don't want to risk over activating it. So this is starting to get to the stage where you just add a little borax on top and kind of poke it in to further activate it.
Okay, so I'm gonna start from the beginning. So
Yes.
So just pour as much glue in there as I want slime.
Mm-hmm. Let's touch her. Okay, so now it's not sticking, you'll see, as badly. Or I'll show it on this camera. It's kind of a little bit more of a jelly-like consistency, which means I can now tread pretty lightly with how much borax I continue to add until I can really hold it and manipulate it without it sticking to me at all.
Okay, so I'm restarting. So I put the glue in there, and I'm gonna want to just put a couple drops in there of the borax solution first, right?
Right.
All right, and
Okay.
now I'm
Oh,
gonna
we got
start.
a poke here, so that you can see here.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. So now this is getting to the point where it really doesn't need much more. So, okay. So yeah, you keep on mixing that bad boy up until it's kind of feels like it's evenly distributed, and then you can add probably a little bit more. But for the most part, you'll be doing more stirring than for a while than actually adding stuff. Okay, just another little drop here. And I'm going to just basically poke the drop in. I'm spreading out the activator over the surface. And so now there's enough integrity here that there's really like a surface to this slime. And so now I can just, with the activator on top of it, just.
Oh.
And this is slime basically at this point. Now I can pick it up. And it doesn't actually stick to my hands really that badly. And now I can work in that little bit of activator that I just put in there just by kind of ripping those threads. I can feel little threads inside of the slime, and I'm just kind of pulling it and ripping it. And occasionally going to add a tiny bit more activator to just keep my hands clean and keep it from sticking to me. Kind of like when you're making like dough and you use a little bit of flour.
Welcome to Presso Royale.
Great name.
Yeah. I hope that you found the stream specifically because you're searching for slime. I'm really hoping we get some new Slimer friends.
That would be amazing. I need a new slime community because.
Did you put slime in the tags?
No, I didn't. Shit. Sorry.
No, I think I can change that. Let me see. I didn't think about that until just now.
Oh, Haley, hello.
Yeah, now we got slime in the chat. Is there like, should I put like what else? The term like Slimer or like
Slimer? Yeah.
Is that a term that people would search?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know how much the slime community's on here versus like YouTube and Insta, but yeah, Slimer is definitely one of the tags. And y'all, if you want to see a completely different side of me on social media, Chinchilla Slime, I was using every fucking tag on that.
Once we get some good slime, we should explore that if you're comfortable. I would love to show some of those because I've never seen any of those. Unknown error occurred. Is Slimer a banned term? Nope. There we go. I think
okay, it's still a little bit tacky, but you can see I can kind of pick it up and manipulate it and then poke it in to like get it off of me.
Yeah, okay.
This is a thing I've had to learn, that slime is a technique. Not everyone knows slime technique.
that's the thing is I thought we were just mixing it together and then it was a thing. I had no idea. I was like, is this it? Is this slime? I had no idea that there's like so much technique. You're gonna have to really help me.
Yes, I'll walk you through the stages of, because you saw how long it kind of took to gradually make it slime for me.
Yep.
So, it's kind of like that with just like, it's funny because when I got into slime, I didn't cook at all. Like I had no patience for cooking, but I would do this useless thing for hours. But like making actual bread would be like, no way.
Well, yeah,
But it's very similar.
I went to on Wednesday. Very happy. Some people may know that I'm poly, and my spouse has a girlfriend, and we went to her family's Thanksgiving on Wednesday. And it was very sweet, and they were all like normies. I'm not
Oh
showing
my
this.
God, yes.
And they were all like normies, and they all welcomed both of us so much, and they were all very sweet. But some of the cousins came from Minnesota and she brought her fucking mixer to make bread. And she made
Wow.
rolls for Thanksgiving, and I was like, that when she showed up with a mixer, I was like, what? That's wild.
Crazy.
And then I tasted the rolls, and I was like, I get it now.
Yeah.
Fucking that's a get we need.
Oh yeah, the standing mixer.
Or no, I was thinking that from have you ever seen that gif from uh Always Sunny of Danny DeVito like standing up like looking wrecked, and he's just like, I get it now.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
That's pretty hardcore to like make it right
oh
there.
yeah, it was, and they were. I mean, they were worth it. They were so fucking good.
Yeah.
I think there was
Okay,
also.
let's see where your Slimer at. Okay.
If I can.
Okay. So is that just with that initial bit of borax that you added?
Mm-hmm.
Still? Okay. So it's pretty soupy still, pretty liquidy still.
Yep. But it feels
I would
like
add a
it's.
little more.
Yeah, this feels like the maximum I'm gonna get out of what I put in there.
Yeah.
So
So I kind of fold in another couple of drops. And then that's when it kind of gets to the point where it's really just being worked a lot.
I've made a fuck. What is it called? When you put like flour and butter, a roux. Is that a roux? Um,
Oh yeah. I think so.
where you like put flour and butter and and you like cook it and mix it and it thickens. I think that's called a roux. And this is like the same thing.
Yeah, it's like a slow incorporation process. Now here, this one's pretty much done because now it's gotten to the point where you can see I've been able to get all of the glue that was clinging to the sides off, like it all holds on to itself. So
Yeah.
it's like actually very easy to clean up slime with more slime at this
Right.
stage. But it's still also very stretchy. And soon we'll get some good bubble pops in a second too.
Yeah, I need like a second mic because I got my mic gain turned down, so I need like a mic like aimed right at this.
No, yeah, like a little tiny one.
Oh yeah.
A little sticky. Also, a person's hand temperature matters. So I'm team anemia. I have a very cold hand, so that actually makes me like it's easier for me to work with slime because my hands are kind of cold.
That's
With warm
fascinating.
hands, yeah, you melt it if you have warm hands. So
I definitely have warm hands, so. Yes, everybody's saying it was a roux. Thank you. flour into fat.
Ooh.
Roux always makes me think of the process of making choux pastry, which shows you how good I am at cooking. Not good. Making choux pastry is a pain.
I've only ever seen that on Great British Baking Show.
Roux can be used to make bechamel, like for mac and cheese. I think that's actually what I have the most experience doing. Is that a bechamel? 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 I have to do that tonight after I stop doing that. After we stop streaming for another Thanksgiving. Ooh, that's.
Oh yeah, y'all. Oh, I'm gonna Cat Hair Everywhere says, Devin, you have pro slime making form. Wait till I get this baby out of the container and I'm doing little. People would do little tricks with their fucking slime. I'm not like the most advanced, but there's like a little like kind of rose shape that you make when you pull it and then you roll it together and then you pop all of it and things like that. Slime tricks. But some people like can flip it over their shoulder and shit.
Okay, so yeah, I think I'm starting to get some threads, like you were talking about. You had to do it at school? In cooking class? That's wild.
Wow. The most they ever made us do is like make monkey bread and things like that, like which is just like a cinnamon quick bread.
I never took a cooking class. I think that would have been fun. I would have liked that. There was never, as far as I know, none of the schools I were in offered any kind of like home ec or anything, or cooking or anything.
Yeah, I had to take home ec. It was fine. So we sewed Beanie Babies. We made fucking rice. We made monkey bread. Very basic things.
My college in Alabama required marriage and family class to graduate. Ugh.
That shit's so fucked up.
Yeah. I really don't want to know what the marriage part of that was. Jesus, the operative word, yes.
I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more so I can actually pick this bad boy up.
Okay,
that
where
might be too much.
Can you see where I think I'm definitely at another stage.
New stage. Yeah, that's good. Keep at it and now just keep stirring and kind of start like pulling it like taffy.
So no more stuff yet. Keep going where I'm.
Yeah, let's see where it's at. Yeah, a lot of it might just be needing to like
Here you can kind of
develop.
Oh man, my lighting is unfortunately really not getting.
Yeah, I can see it's got like clumps, and so basically like ripping up those clumps will help it like distribute more. Oh, hey Seb, welcome.
That way down, maybe? Yeah, probably. Yeah, that helps. There we go. Now you can see more of.
Yeah, there we go.
On this camera.
Yeah, so that's coming along. That's coming along nicely.
Look at you.
Sliming.
The noises.
Yes. The noises. And I'll move on to making a white glue slime in a second here because it's a different texture and it's a different sound. Looking nice and goopy. The slime is good too. Yes. That is a big thing in like skincare right now, is looking slimy. So
is it?
Yeah, snail skin and snail fucking tonics and shit. or
I know,
serums.
I know there's glowy, but I didn't know there was slimy. That's crazy.
Sadly, or maybe it is good. I don't know.
I don't know. That seems good to me. People are doing
Yeah,
weird
slime girl
shit.
writes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some color to this one. It won't be its full and most beautiful effect because this is not, it's got full of bubbles, but for those of you watching at home, following along on this cooking channel, you can leave it out for a few days and the bubbles will rise to the top and you can run your finger along them and pop them, and that's very fun. And then you have a nice clear slime that actually looks fully clear.
This is so fun, and I feel like we need to go so much harder and do more of these slime streams.
Oh yeah, now that we've got the supplies and now that you're gonna get schooled on the methodology,
Do some ahead of time, and then we can pull off the and here's my pre-prepared slime.
Yes, right. Literally, you pull it out from under, just like on a cooking show.
Mm-hmm.
So here I just have washable marker. You can just use that to dye slime pretty easily. So I'm just gonna stab it with some red. And then I'm gonna mix it in.
The cameras are doing really good. So yeah, I almost literally killed Devin's camera, our phone. Before this, Devin had to put his phone in the refrigerator so it would cool down enough for us to start.
But it's working now.
It's working now. Perfect. Yeah. Mine is a little. I bet I can unplug mine because I bet mine is getting hot. Yeah, mine's pretty hot. I bet I can unplug
It's
mine.
a little warm, but I think it's gonna last.
Maybe that'll help.
And in terms of coloring your slimes, you can add paint. You can add, as I am doing, washable marker. Food coloring is probably the easiest if you have that laying around the house. Or as Maddie will be trying later, a little bit of pigment from old makeup or like Dollar Tree makeup can also work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When 10 years ago when I started transitioning, everyone was like, "Here, have my old makeup I don't use," and I was like, "I don't know what I want. I'll take it all." And so I have a little bit of that left. I feel like maybe this stuff isn't quite that old. I thought I had more.
Oda says we have a moratorium on slime in our house right now because the last batch my kid got, they mixed with like a full thing of activator and all the markers, and it turned into pure black sludge, which went absolutely everywhere and clogged 2 sinks.
Oh
Oh
God!
my lord! Oh, how did you even get that out of the sink? Oh boy!
Mine is
I can
like.
see why.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous. Yeah, Seth says photo got venomed. Mine looks
literally.
like straight up hentai cum right now.
Yes, it's coming along well. That's what we like to see.
Okay, total tangent while we're just doing this. I hate it when comic art, porn artists will add a little yellow in
To the
cum. Yeah, I think that looks so gross. And I know sometimes that's the point. Like, I know that there are some people out there that are like, ooh, stinky, gross cum, or but
yucky.
and if that's like the point, I get it. But a lot of times it doesn't seem like that's the point, and it's just like that's just even if it's more realistic that it's got a little yellow in there, I want it like I don't know. It just feels gross.
You want the fantasy, not the not the
And it's also
photorealism.
like it's not pure white. I feel like cum is when it's not pure white, it's actually more like gray than yellow, like right?
I feel that way about how like boogers are depicted. People make them way too green
Yes,
to
that's
like
true.
suggest that there's a slight yellow color, but in reality, it's not even remotely green. It's like
Yeah,
this
which
stylistic.
I mean that makes sense because it's like usually it's like a cartoon or something, and
Right.
it's like whatever you like want it to be gross, but it's like says Maddie wants toothpaste cum.
Yeah, fresh, bright,
Yeah, I mean
whitening.
it's like gray. If it's not pure white, it's gray. Yeah, you've got some fun stuff going on.
Oh yeah, we'll add some glitter next.
See, I wish that things were not breaking quite so hard because if they weren't, I'm afraid to fuck with our video ninja, which is how we're calling right now. But if I wanted to fuck with things, I could probably change your exposure a little bit so that we could get a little bit more. But I'm afraid to fuck with that.
Yeah, so we could get a little more definition here. And the sun is gonna set, and that'll change things a little bit too, lighting wise. But
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's part of why
so
I'm always in this streamer hole is because it's not actually that good. I don't have very good lighting in here, but at least it's consistent.
mm,
All right, so should I keep mixing? You think?
let's
Where are
see
we at?
here. Yeah, give it a few rips. Like be vigorous with it. I would add a little bit more activator, but I think it's mostly yeah. You want to add a tiny bit more and be really like vigorous with it, like you're like making taffy. You know, you're like pulling it up and ripping those threads. Um,
Yeah, I might need to get this plastic spoon. Is also maybe I'm worried I'm gonna break it. Watching all the Doctor Who's
mm,
fair and valid.
yes,
So
I've not seen
you,
much Doctor Who at all.
yeah, you were at a protest. How'd that go?
Yes, it went really well. So here in Chicago, we were doing a little Black Friday protest on Michigan Avenue, which is the big, downtown shopping district area with a couple of like malls and things like that. So we met at Water Tower, which is right where my office is for work, oddly enough, which is very convenient. And we just kind of rallied up there for a little while. People gave a couple of speeches from different organizations, and then it was noon, so it was time for people to pray, for the Muslim people there to pray. So we kind of gave them some space to kind of do that and started taking the road. Last week, the protest where we took Lakeshore Drive, which is the big highway that goes through downtown, we had to really fight to get on the highway and like push past police barricades, and it was terribly exciting. But this time they kind of just gave it to us, um, and we had the numbers and everything. And they had whoever was organizing this SJP, a couple of Chicago Association Against Racial and Political Repression, a couple of other groups. They had this amazing setup with this like huge like pickup truck with like a sound system in the back, like that traveled, like it was not some janky little speaker. It was like
Yep.
like a post with like a bunch of different speaker phones coming off of it.
Yeah, I've seen
And so
sets. I've seen pictures of setups like that.
and that really helped because then the entire protest could hear the guy at the front. And it was so funny because like there was the dude walking behind the truck talking into the megaphone, and then there was a dude in the truck just like in a keffiyeh, just like smoking a J, like holding the thing
Fuck yeah.
the whole time. um and so we went down Michigan Avenue. We stopped past and this was really well coordinated. We stopped past a Victoria's Secret, which is not a major like
It's
boycott
not.
divest
It's not on the BDS
target.
list.
Yeah, it's not on the BDS list, but they do have some manufacturing plants in Palestine. And somehow they like coordinated it so that like a group hit them right as we were going by and like blocked the entrance with like banners and stuff, so nobody could like get into the Victoria's Secret or out. So that was really cool. So we just stopped there for a while. And then we went down to the Starbucks Roastery, which is this massive. Oh, did your spoon break?
Yeah.
That means it's getting tougher, so that's good.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is getting in the right direction. I think
Yeah.
maybe I can switch to this spoon. It's kind of lost its stickiness. It was so sticky
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. You might soon be able to start like working it with your fingers a little bit too soon. It's probably a little too sticky for that right now, but get a little glitter ASMR here.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I can really work it better with this spoon.
But yeah, so then we went to the Starbucks Roastery, which is this massive like downtown like 4-story Starbucks building with like giant like it has like a gift shop, it has like a rooftop that's open, like it's this huge Starbucks. And so we were outside there chanting and at them. There you go. Okay, it's coming.
Very satisfying. Although I'm really
Yeah.
really takes some arm strength.
Yeah, it works the forearms for sure. And the whole time we're walking down the street, the fucking cops are blocking like every retail business. It's like just running ahead to like block it out.
Yeah.
But we stayed outside of the Starbucks for a while. There were some guys on the rooftop that were like flipping us off, and we were like flipping them back off. It's all in good fun. um, and then we kind of looped back and took both lanes of Michigan Avenue and had a rally after that. All told, it was a couple hours. It was good. It was definitely disruptive of a lot of people shopping, which was definitely the goal. So
Yeah. Did you see that they blocked the Macy's Day Parade?
so fucking cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think they think they like glued themselves to the cement, which I've heard of, and that shit
What?
is. Yeah, I heard that. I didn't get details on this event, but I've heard of other people doing it, and it's brutal. I forget exactly what they
That's
use.
cool. Yeah. Speaking of glue and gunk, I wonder if it's like an epoxy or something. But yeah, that was fucking cool. Like, I don't know. This whole protest movement the past month has just really been, I don't know. Like everybody who's like fucking like Freddie DeBoer and people like that are writing all these books that are like, oh, the social justice movement failed. BLM didn't do anything. These organizers didn't do nothing. Like it's like I feel like people are really coming out with the strong tactics right now, showing
Yes,
everything we've learned from the last few years, and every action is just like really well organized
I was
and
thinking
effective.
about that because we've been talking about, direct actions, and we were talking about one thing that, I brought up is like, I didn't know until recently because I was pretty young that the Iraq, anti, like the protests against the Iraq war and the war in Afghanistan and that stuff in the early 2000s were the
Mm.
biggest protests in like history. Um,
Yeah.
and they were like not reported on and clearly they didn't like work. But one of the things you brought up that I had heard about but had forgotten about was like the free speech zones. And
Hmm.
I'm just thinking you couldn't do that now.
No.
The protesters wouldn't let you. Like,
Right.
and I think that I really think that we are in a better place in America and it feels like globally.
Yeah.
Um where there is a better understanding of our power and what tactics actually work and you know, and yeah, I don't remember ever seeing this much direct action. It does help that there's like the police state is really kind of diffuse, and so I think it's a lot harder to aim direct actions and has
Hmm.
such at it. So I think that's part of it, but it just feels like such a clarity of purpose. Um, yeah, I don't think that there's ever been this much direct action in my lifetime, like there is now, and
These
and
have
cle-
been,
and clarity that
sorry,
that's what needs to happen.
yes, from all sectors of people. Like that's been a problem somewhat with, or a challenge in, Occupy or BLM. They were predominantly young people, and oh yeah, you're cooking. Um, certainly here in Chicago, there was two things going on with BLM. There were protests that were organized by young, hungry, really left kind of activists, and then there were more collaborating with the police ones organized by people who were, on the whole, older, more liberal, more democratic party, normies. And those two things didn't really line up. Whereas here, but we still learned a lot also. Like people who say that
Mm-hmm.
BLM was a waste or a loss, we learned a lot of things. One thing that we learned is that it's way harder for police to contain a bunch of different actions all over the city versus
Mm-hmm.
one big action. There's just not enough of them for all of us. There's a lot of things we learned about how to navigate around them, and when they're trying to like kettle you and block you off, taking paths through narrow streetways, because wide streetways were designed to be easier to control by the police state. That's why downtown areas have these really big open streets now. It was like a specifically an anti-protest like design.
Yeah.
Um, but there are things you can do to outmaneuver cops strategically and ways that you can break through barriers. And uh, that's how the Lakeshore Drive protest here last week worked really well. Was we were all gathered in Grant Park at the Buckingham Fountain, which is right by the highway, and then we all were told to do a die-in, and us just like regular protest attendees, we weren't in on this, that it wasn't actually going to be a die-in. But they were like, we're going to lay on the ground for 12 minutes to represent the 12,000 people that have died. And so we're like, okay, we're all laying on the ground still, thinking we're going to be there for 12 minutes. And within like 3 or 4 minutes, the organizers were like, run into the highway. We're fucking going to the highway right now, everyone. And I was like,
Wow, that's
oh,
sick.
yes, it was a decoy. And that meant that there was a wedge of protesters who hit the street right away. The cops tried to limit them and put barricades around them, so it was just a few people in the highway and we couldn't join them. But we were like pushing against the barriers, and there was children, there were old women, there were old men, there were just like old, like there were people of all ages, people of all different backgrounds, like, and so it was like very hard for the police to do the shit they do with like obviously black bloc, like anarchist 20-year-olds, where they just gas them and stuff like that. Like, and
Yeah.
one guy just threw himself through the barrier, and I think he ended up having some like hospital bills. He's okay, but like one person
Wow.
just was like, okay, I'm going to take one for the team to break through these fences that the police are holding up. And once he got through, like we just poured through. It was so exhilarating. And it's like that's how you do it. It was such a well organized action. Lots of people there, lots of people were mobilized. The information didn't get out because we didn't know what the plan was. People have got their shit together. They're organizing their infosec, all of it. It's really inspiring.
Yeah, that is really inspiring.
Yeah. So, and yeah, it just feels like, you know, I'm definitely humbled in a positive way from this. Like I'm seeing how much social media is a tool for these things. Going back to what you were saying about how different things are from post 9/11, early
Yeah.
Iraq war, like it is because of like in large part like social media being used well as a tool for broadcasting these things and not erasing these things. Um,
Yeah.
and
I mean, they
organizers should
didn't report, people
that.
didn't know. People they just didn't report on these protests. Oh,
Right.
do you have the poof balls in there now?
Yes, I've added some of the little pom poms, so I'm gonna incorporate those in there, and they'll make some nice little bubble pops too, in a fun way.
Oh man. Get that close up on your phone camera. Yeah, that looks great. Oh yeah, that looks great. If you can kind of move it there. Yeah, that lighting is really good.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. What do you think? Am I still do it? Should I
Yeah,
add
let
some
me take a
stuff?
look. Okay, you're let's see.
Should I
It's
keep
coming along. It's the clumps. Just really maybe add like another little drop or two and then just like rip them clumps up.
just
It's getting close to being able to be
yeah,
manipulated with your hand.
it is feeling close.
But yeah, there was an infographic that I shared a couple maybe like last week. God, it was some protest in I think Portland, but it was out in the woods. It was like it was like an environmental protest. That it was like just breaking down like here's why a really small group of activists were able to like take all of this land and not get broken up by the cops. And a lot of it was like they had these like waterproof banners that had like PVC pipe around all of the edge of them as a frame. So it was like a really strong shield.
Wow.
And then protesters approached in a V formation with two of those. And then there were people behind them with umbrellas. So together they had these two
That's a
big
straight up
banner structures.
it's a straight up like what is that called? The fucking Roman thing where they have the shields in the front and the shields on the top.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
a
don't know what that's called.
uh yeah. Somebody come on. We got to have that kind of nerd. One of you guys has to be that kind of nerd. What is that?
Somebody has to have formerly been one of those guys who thinks about Rome all the time and then got better.
A phalanx. Thank you. Thank you, Birdie
Yes. Oh,
Bert.
that's what a phalanx is. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So they straight up had this phalanx and like everybody had gloves. Everybody was wearing the same like beige outfits, so it was hard for any one person to be targeted. Eye protection for smoke. The canisters were just bouncing right off of the umbrellas and everything. People were all masked up. And they led the cops through a path. So the cops kept trying to block them off, but actually ended up hitting themselves. Like the cops
Oh
were like run
wow.
into themselves. I don't understand exactly like how that movement was like figured out, but like they just had really strong organization, really strong tactics. We're learning like military strategy basically at this point.
Yeah.
um like we're on some fucking art of war shit, um but in a good way.
Yeah, I remember seeing a
Being able
lot
to
of
do
really
shit.
cool stuff. The umbrellas actually specifically come from Hong Kong. I remember the protests in Hong Kong was like so interesting learning about the stuff that they were doing. Seeing some of the videos of the like super um like regimented when like gas canister like I
Mhm.
think it was like they had like traffic cone. They would like put a traffic cone onto it, pour water or milk or something into it, and then like they had a whole fucking thing that they were doing. They had like teams of people that were like, you know, taking out the gas canisters.
Ah, it's so good. It's like they're the bomb squad or whatever. Like
Right.
and this is why people can share so much knowledge now across different communities and movements. um and that makes us so much stronger. It's really fucking inspiring. It's very humbling too. Like
Yeah.
after having seen so many like pussy hat fucking protests that are just pointless performative
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Seeing people like disrupting football games. That was another big one that's been happening, like college football games. There were a bunch of people out at the Puma factory here in the suburbs because they're one of the BDS targets today.
Okay. Hopefully I didn't go too hard on the
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I think now you can start trying to play with it. Yeah, that doesn't look too hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let me keep mixing it a little bit more.
Yeah, because when it starts to get a little bit almost jelly-like, but not over-activated, then you start just putting a little bit of activator on it and poking it in and like moving it with
So
your
just like
hands.
touching my finger in the water and then touching it on the, or like.
Yeah, or just like dropping a little drop on there, like on the surface, and just kind of pushing it in because where the borax is, it won't stick to your hand, so you can kind of work it
Oh.
in, and that kind of really helps. Kind of gradually get it where it needs to be.
This is a lot more technique than I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah. And like when you're making this shit as kids, they don't tell you how to like really have fun with slime, you know.
Yeah, I don't think
Just
I ever did this as a kid. I yeah, what so yeah, what let's talk about let's get into the actual slime talk.
Oh sure.
I'm so fascinated because you're an old head and you know because you have told me that there was like a lot of slime drama.
Oh yeah. So much drama. Some of it was like, oh, my camera might have just died.
Oh no.
Let's see what happened. Did it time out or overheat?
Does it
Oh
feel
yeah, it
hot?
overheated.
You can feel
It
it.
doesn't feel but it is warm, so it must have just overheated. Let's see if I can get it back in. Um
Maybe give it a second if it's
okay,
if it feels warm, give it a second.
I'll let it rest. Maybe I'll unplug it because it's at
Let it
100%.
have a nap.
Yeah, it's been working hard. Yeah, so some of the fights that would happen in the Slimer community, being my introduction to Instagram, was so wild because if you just tagged something slime, you would have like 100 teenage girls following you instantly and like spamming your comments like bots, but they weren't bots, they were just teenage girls trying to get as many followers as possible. And at the time that the community was at its strength, there was a lot of innovation going on in I'm not kidding.
I
Like
believe you. It's just so silly. Like the hearing it like that is so silly.
like the magic eraser stuff, somebody just had that idea. um People were making videos every day, and this is pre TikTok, they would have gone nuts on TikTok. So the way that you would stand out, because everybody's trying to get follows, everybody was making so many videos, is you just have a slightly different like technique or a slightly different little theme to like what you were filming. So somebody would make, clear slime, and then somebody else would film like one of those scrubby daddy sponges, the one that's
Mm-hmm.
like a face.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would just have this nice light box and they would just pour clear slime over the scrubby daddy and it would absorb, and then they would like crunch it, and that does all kinds of, it makes a cool sound. It stays like crunched up instead of bouncing back, like it's, whatever, it's a cool video. And then somebody else was like, oh, I'm going to cut up bits of sponge and put them in there. And then somebody else was like, I'm going to cut up a magic eraser and put it in there. And it
Right.
turns out when you put a magic eraser in there, it squeaks and it breaks down into a jelly and it changes the whole texture of the slime.
That's wild.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck a magic eraser even is. Something's not right in there.
Dark magic.
There's dark magic in there because you put it in slime and it disintegrates, but it changes the texture of the slime. And people were fighting over, I was the person to do that first. No, I was the person to do that first. She stole this idea from me, you know.
Copyright do not steal.
Mhm. And then people would have posts like, I don't know if you guys don't know this or not, but you can't copyright a slime, you know. And then people were also venturing into their nails because one, it's a visual medium, so how your hands look is important, you know, for how
Right.
people respond to the video.
Right.
But if you have these long, crazy acrylics, it also makes a really fucking cool sound in the slime. So
Oh.
people, yeah, it makes a totally different sound. And people would match their nails to the slime theme, you know, a little Halloween set, a little Marvel set, whatever. And that was a whole thing. People would fight over their like filming setup. Like people would change like the angles or the backgrounds and fight over who first invented that. um Goodness. And then people would have actual fights over politics. Like the adults, you know, the teenagers would fight about that stuff. And then meanwhile, there were a couple of people who were like the radicals in the slime community. I remember one of them was Putty Egg. He was pretty left wing. He was like an adult. And then his friend was what's her name? Most of her stuff was like Korean like food themed. Like everybody who had a shop had like a theme. Some people, all their slimes were food. Like, but they were like canceling this other woman over, I think, Hobby Lobby. Like that she was buying a lot of her supplies from Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, which like fair.
Yeah, yeah. No, Hobby Lobby sucks. They not only are they super homophobic and oppose abortion rights and birth control for their employees, they also like steal artifacts. Have you heard
Oh
about this?
yeah, yeah. This sounds. I don't remember the details, but this sounds familiar. I remember this.
Yeah, they've like stolen like because they're like collecting biblical artifacts, so they've like stolen just important historical like relics and shit. They're like England, you know.
Right.
All right, how we doing?
Like I feel like I still can't. It seems really close, but I can't. It's still really sticky when I touch it.
Yeah, yeah, it's close.
So what? Okay, tell me the poking thing. So
Yeah,
like, what is the what am I trying to do with that?
you basically when you put the activator on the surface, you're creating an area where you can touch the slime without your hand getting stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you leave a little drop there, and you can kind of spread it out with your finger, and then kind of poke it where that spot is. Um, without the slime getting stuck to you.
Oh, that's so strange.
Yeah, yeah, it kind of like floats on the top.
And then just
Then just kind of give it a little poke. And so then you can kind of manipulate that part. It's just like when you put like flour on dough so that you can touch the dough without it sticking to you.
right.
And you're just kind of manipulating that part that you can touch and using that to kind of grab and work like the rest of the slime. And you can kind of just like fold it in.
Oh, yeah. See, but it's still stringy.
Yeah, it's
What
gonna
is?
still be a little sticky, especially if you have warm hands. It's gonna be a little.
Yeah, that is the thing. I am. I do get my warm hands. I need
And
my.
it is also in how you move. Like it's like you want to be like in and out. Like
Oh yeah, I was able to do it when it was, but
yeah.
I kind of tried to fold it in, and I didn't really have the technique there.
Yeah, it's like a little flip. It's like a little like it's funny. It's like, you know, once you do it, you don't think of it as like a thing that you have to do. But yeah, it's
Right.
like
It's hard. It's a hard thing to like explain,
ex- yeah. But
especially because
you're almost used yeah,
you can't see what I'm doing that well, too.
right. Yeah, you're just almost using the borax as like a little barrier for your hand and not touching the like raw slime until it's like incorporated. Um Cat Hair Everywhere says during the pandemic, the use of gloves became a hot issue in the slime accounts I followed. Oh, I remember that.
Oh.
That was a big deal because people sell slime. And so there was lots of talk of like, is this sanitary to be buying it from you? Are you wearing gloves? And it's pretty hard to fucking work with slime with gloves on. Like, it's pretty tough. And also, that's just not how COVID works, but we didn't know that at the time.
Chubby Kumquat, I also love seeing slime as an adult pastime. A big subconscious reason I never went back to it was because I thought, oh, that's kid stuff, be an adult. And so this is cool healing shit. Screw the idea of not getting to have fun and play as an adult. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. There are so many adult Slimers, and in fact, adult Slimer was one of the tags that I would use. And people would make, in fact, Slimy Palettes today just posted an all 18 plus slime line that has like little penises in it and stuff like
Oh my
that.
god.
But like there was punk rock slimes, putty egg. I can't remember his friend's name. Like there was a whole like sub community of like adult slimers who would also post about like social justice shit, or just like adult things, not necessarily like NSFW, but just like
Right.
adult life things. And yeah, I got really into it as very adult, 25 and up, as like a
Kind
stress sensory thing.
reminds me of Lego a little bit.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely, I think that has become very normalized, like playing with Legos as an adult. But I definitely remember that I had I remember one of my brother Ben's like caregivers that worked for us when I was really young was into Lego, and I remember thinking how cool that was. I wish I never saw it. I think I'm sure he had like a gigantic basement full of crazy creations. I never like saw that. We just like talked about it. Um, but I remember, and that was like 90s, 2000, 2001 or whatever. Like he was like an older guy, and I remember how like I thought that was cool as a kid, but it's like there was such like a used to be such a thing for Lego.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think those people have always been there, but yeah, it used to be so
Mm-hmm.
much more stigmatized than it is now. Um,
Yeah, I think that there's just like a yeah, I think that that's been a positive thing. I think the internet and social media has really just normalized a lot of things, and I think just because like people can meet each other, like these small groups of people that would have been doing shit on their own can meet each other, and then they're big enough to be able to be like, hey, this isn't weird, I'm not the only one.
right. And you see the amount of like artistry people do, and that does help raise its profile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no matter what it is.
Yeah. Because like, oh my God, the people making shit out of Lego, it's like so ambitious.
Okay, it's really close now. I don't know if I need to just still mix it.
Let me see.
It's like uh so close now. I don't know
Yeah.
if I need to like, and I can see I can.
Yeah, that's close.
So do
Yeah,
I?
you may.
Should I mix it more? Should I see? There's still some.
Yeah, you just want to use a really small amount of activator to just kind of get your hand in there. But it's close. You're cooking.
I like how. I mean, I guess I did have to restart, but how much long? You're just. I mean, you just have the technique.
It's so funny because I forgot that it was something you have to learn.
That makes total sense though, because like, I mean, how have you ever taught somebody how to do it? Like, I mean, I
Yes,
guess
I had a slime party.
Oh my god. I think I remember. Was that when you knew me? Because I feel like maybe I remember you telling me about that. Or like
Maybe
mentioning
it
it.
was it was at my friend Tina's house. She was very fascinated by the videos, and she was like, "You need to show us how to do it."
Oh, can
And
you hear yourself? I think the audio
oh
changed.
yeah, yeah. There's an echo because I put the thing back on.
All right, let's see if you're gonna let me. Oh no, there's just a black screen.
Oh no. I'll try to just not be distracted by it.
Oh no, that's horrible though. Guess I'll try to reload the page.
Oh my god, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna put this one aside and I'm gonna make a white glue while you're doing that.
I did see this tweet that was like, so I didn't know that you were supposed to turn monitoring off when you stream. It was like a streamer, like a big. I hadn't heard of him. It was like a big streamer, and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't realize you're supposed to turn monitoring off when you streamed." So he was just hearing
Mhm.
himself like at a really, really, really short delay, like which is. Do you know what that there's like a thing where it's like if you hear yourself at a short delay, um, you can't talk. It's called like a voice jammer.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going through it right now.
Yeah. I'm sorry. But apparently he just
It's
didn't
okay.
realize you could turn that off and just had every stream he had ever done was like that because he didn't he
We just learned to overcome it.
I guess so.
Oh wow, that poor person.
I'm going to try to reload the page. I'm afraid.
Okay. All right, everybody, manifest does not glitch it.
Connection's still okay.
Okay. All right. We're still online. Okay.
Page unresponsive. We'll wait. Yeah, I think we'll have to do this a different way. I think this was just too much. But it's weird because my CPU isn't maxing out, so I'm not sure why.
Yeah. It's just our phones.
Well, it's weird because it's like it doesn't have anything to do with the phones because they're not freaking out. It's like the Chrome page is like,
Oh yeah.
so it's like something on my computer, but it's not like the CPU. Like I can actually see my CPU usage is only 4%. I guess maybe that's only my. I don't know. I don't know.
It's tough. Slippery Loop says, "How long will your slimes last before drying out? Is there a way to keep it slimy?" Usually, you have the opposite problem. It will start to melt after a while, and then you have to reactivate it. So most slimes will last a pretty long time, especially if you leave it in just an even temperature. And reactivating is fine. But that is another trend in the community. People do something called a slime smoothie, where they take all their old melted slimes and mix them all together of all different colors in a big vat, and then reactivate it. This nasty, like gray slime.
That's fun.
Yeah, those are fun videos. Okay, starting to make the white.
Oh wait, talk.
Hello?
How about now? Did that make the echo go away?
No. Yeah, no, I still hear it.
How about now?
Hello? Yeah, that we're good. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, I realized that I could change. It doesn't matter.
There's so many layers to this.
Oh, Devin's voice. Does it still sound different? Slippery loops?
Hello? I think that was before you fixed it. Certainly been something I've added with filters before.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Hello. Oh. Hello.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, we lost you for a second.
Everything restarted, but that's good. Hello.
Hello.
How's your voice now?
Hello. How do I sound, everyone?
It's not echoing for you.
Sounds normal to me on that feed. Yeah. Yep, and no echo.
Okay. Yeah, everything restarted. And so now
Amazing.
it's good.
Can't believe it didn't like shit itself. Like stayed online.
Yeah. Oh, it seems so close now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want I want to add a little bit cuz it's still sticky. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's really close. Can you move it over a little bit? I can't quite see it in the camera. Yeah. Yeah, so this is where it's just literally you could just do the thing of like dipping your fingers in the solution and just kind of poking the solution like that.
But it needs
Because
a
now
little bit more activation probably.
it just needs like really what it needs is like manipulation. Like it's really like easier to do with your hands at that stage.
So just
And just
take
kind of pull and
so just take that out and maybe
yeah, or even just dip your fingers in the activator and just poke it with the wet fingers. And then kind of pull at the parts you can grab with that and kind of massage it.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's looking like slime.
Yeah. I'm sliming.
You got a slime on your hands. Oh my god, you picked it up. Yes. Oh, you got a certified slime. All right. Yeah, so now you can kind of just start pulling at it and kind of yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go. Yeah.
Oh, the ripping.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you can.
Yes, I can hear it. And after you do that a little bit, there'll be air incorporated, so then you can kind of crunch it. It's also very fun.
If I keep dipping my fingers in there a little bit, is it gonna get too? Am I gonna put too much activation in there?
It's possible. I would see if you can do, but I know you have hot hands, so it's going to be a little bit difficult different for you to like manipulate it, but like yeah, you want to kind of start just stretching it and playing with it a little bit. Yeah, it seems like it's coming along really well.
Yeah, this is so cool. I've never done this. Did you do this as a kid?
I think we've talked about it, the like oobleck stuff. You made that as a
Yes.
kid, right?
Yes. So that's
Ah,
cornstarch and water, which is like uh non-Newtonian fluid. So it's like soft, and then when you apply pressure, it like hardens. So yes, I have done
mm,
that. That's fun. I did that as a kid, and then I did that as like a teen for like a science project I was gonna do.
yeah, I feel like I had that as a kid, and I had like GAC. Do you remember GAC?
Okay, I remember the name. Um, and they like sold it, right?
Yeah, it was on. Yeah, it was like in a little container, and it was like more jiggly. You couldn't really do as much with it, and sometimes it was kind of
Yeah,
like green metallic.
I think I did have that.
It was kind of like Nickelodeon slime, a little bit. Um, and just like I don't know, they were like store bought slimes back then, but they were like real shitty. They were not stretchy at all. They would just rip. So you really couldn't do anything fun with them.
We did do. I actually, with my spouse's work, I volunteered at uh, a maker fair, and uh, they put on like they had a table at a maker fair where they made slime. But I'm trying to remember what. But it was very different than this. So that actually was what I was thinking we were gonna do.
Oh, what was
Um,
that like?
I'm trying to remember. It was really quick. It was just like a couple ingredients. God, I did it like 3 times and I don't remember it at all because my memory is Swiss cheese. Um, yeah, we just did it really. It was really quick, and it was in a plastic bag. Or you put it in a plastic bag at the end. Oh my God! Yeah, this is slime now.
Yeah, yeah, you
I
got
could
it.
just manipulate it. Oh, that's so fun.
Yes.
It took me so
Yeah.
long, but
Yeah, that's the shit. Like, and that's why people make it in big batches, because then it's like, because it does take a little while, and then you can kind of just add whatever colors.
yeah,
Oh,
let's
this
see
looks.
yours. I haven't really been looking at yours because I've been concentrated
It's
on
almost
mine.
started to clear up a little bit, but
Wow.
it'll look so much prettier in a day because it'll be like clear pinkish red with like just the sparkles and the pom poms sitting in it. But yeah, she's great.
You got to post some videos of it when it.
Yes, I will. Cause and the pom poms will probably float to the top, and so it's really fun to just kind of push them in and stuff like that. Um, I wish I could have found some of the foam balls because those are really fun when they pop to the top. Just working on this
It's
white one right here.
the Argyle had so much dog hair in it by the end. Oh, for gag.
Yes.
Oh, cat hair everywhere. Floam. Yeah, I actually
Oh,
my uh my brother-in-law's girlfriend had a party where we did a bunch of crafts. I think it was her birthday party. It was very fun, and um she got like this knockoff Floam stuff, and it was very fun. I don't remember if I had uh if I had done it before, but it was very satisfying. Oh yeah, cat hair
well,
everywhere says post on chinchilla slimes. Post on, you got to post on your old things.
I'm I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
Oh god, the production values on that shit is so bad because I had like an iPhone 3 or something.
Did you have followers?
Not many. I have like 200 followers, I would say. Like, and they were all just follow back, like follow for follow. That was a big thing. T for
Mhm.
T, follow for follow. People would just comment on your shit, like, follow for follow, and I'd be like, hey, girl, sure, you know.
Yeah,
And like people,
this stream is very fun, and I want us to do more. And I feel like we've kind of got some. We know where our limitations are, and I think we can do something. It might require like getting fans to put on our phones or some shit, or I don't know. Who
yeah,
knows?
yeah, just open all the windows.
We might be able to. What probably would be better is just plugging the phones directly into the PC instead of having it an
Mm.
internet connection the way we're doing.
That was my initial thought of how we would do it, but it's really cool that Video Ninja lets you do it like this, though. But
Yeah, yeah. And that probably would have been somewhat more simple to do it that way if we were starting from scratch. But since we already had this method, I was like, well, we'll just do that, and then.
right.
All right, I think I have to plug my phone back in because it's gonna die. Video Ninja, very cool, is telling me my phone is gonna die. It actually Video
Oh,
Ninja actually knows. Like I can see your battery percentage too. Like you're
oh
almost
my
at full.
God. Wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing. It's
yeah.
scary how much y'all she can turn my light on and off on my phone.
Oh
That's
yeah, I
like
don't want to do it. I'm too afraid to do it
ridiculous.
now. But
Yeah, because it'll make shit. But like the amount of like control, like Video Ninja is fucking badass. It's really ugh. Can you imagine if we were still doing this shit on Zoom? Oh my God.
I know.
Couldn't. You led us to the light.
Oh yeah, Slippery Loops. Have y'all ever made ice cream in a Ziploc bag as a science project? Fun in science class. I've heard of that, but I had never done it.
No, it's like just with like salt, right?
Yeah.
We did make rock candy. We grew rock candy. Have you ever done that?
No, but I've heard of it.
That was fun because it just like grow. You just like boil the water and sugar. And you put like a string in it, and it like grows up the length of the string. Pretty cool. So you are at the point now where you could add some pigment to
Oh,
it if you
oh,
want.
look, I got little bubbles.
Yes. Oh, give him a little cracky. Yes.
Yeah, all right. So let's so probably this eyeshadow would be good, right?
Yeah. What color is it?
It's like shiny purple. So
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so you could like literally like just scrape some of it in there and like mix it up or however you want to do it,
yeah,
or
there's
even use the little brush.
some like broken pieces. So maybe I'll just kind of crumple this broken piece on top of it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and
And
that's
then it's
just
all
kind
on
of
my fingers too.
hmm.
Oh yeah, that's coloring it pretty good.
Yeah. And especially if it's like because it looked like that was kind of a shimmery, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
So
definitely
it'll
had
look
some
really
shimmer.
cool
Oop.
when it clears up. Like you'll have this nice metallic clear slime.
Oh, that already looks cool.
Yeah. You can also scent your slime. That's a big thing in the community with like essential oils or what have you. People also will melt candles and pour the wax into the slime to scent it and give it a
Mm.
slightly like creamier texture. That's pretty fun.
Is that
Candle
how you
slime.
got into fragrance then?
Um, how did I? No, I literally got into fragrance because of Jeremy Fragrance.
Yeah, because I know Eric really got you into it, But
Yeah, yeah, he was like, yeah, gave me the tools, but I just saw Jeremy Fragrance and was like, I want to be like that.
that so tracks.
Yeah, but all of this was like definitely a very like learning to take care of my sensory health kind of journey.
Yeah, look how
It's like an
purple.
unmasking thing. Yeah.
And shiny.
Now it looks like a putty. It looks like the
Yeah.
thinking putty. Very cool. Yes.
Oh, you're making a new one now.
Yeah, I'm making a white glue. Which honestly, I forgot white glue is kind of easier. I maybe should have told you to start with white glue. It's like harder to
Oh, but it's
overact.
look how that's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. And you can kind of like just pull it and pull it and pull it and then like loop it around and then like crunch it if you want to get
Yeah,
like a
like
lot of bubbles.
taffy it up. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's starting to break now. It's like a little more solid.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I wonder if that actually, the makeup actually changed the consistency slightly.
Whoa. That's weird. Oh, I hope it didn't wreck it.
No, it's different. But it's not bad. It may be tear. Oh, look at the way that it tears now.
Yeah.
It was not doing that before.
That's crazy that the makeup didn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah, see how it's like you can see the like, do you know what I
The
mean?
holes. Yeah.
And just like you can see like, yeah, let's see if
Like it's holding its structure
yeah, when
or
it
like shape.
breaks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's more like a putty.
It's much puttier. That's interesting.
Whoa. Oh, I did not know that have not had that experience with makeup doing that to it. So
Maybe I
my
put
apologies.
a lot in.
Didn't seem like you went too crazy with it.
It's
You can
definitely
try
make the
adding a
two
little.
halves kiss. Yeah, hold on.
Oh yeah. This too is Yuri. slapping the slimes together. Oh
Plap.
yeah.
Plap, 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 plap.
Ooh,
Ooh, yeah.
we love that.
Oh no, this is fun now. This is very different, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, a lot of different things. Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna add foaming hand soap to this one, so
Yeah,
we're gonna get weird, guy.
I
Once this
can't
one's
imagine
ready,
what that's gonna do.
it can get really bubbly and frothy. Shaving gel too also works, or some lotions. But there used to also be like a name for every type of slime combo. Like so, like butter slime was specifically if you added Daiso clay, like dollar store Daiso
Mm.
clay. Um, Fluffy slime was specifically like with stuff like this. Cloud slime is you'll have to see that. It does the craziest shit when you add fake snow to it. It turns into this like cloud that it can stretch, but it'll also like fall apart and like fall like snow, but then also rejoin to itself. It's fucking crazy.
That is crazy.
It's so pretty.
Oh,
Um, oop. Oh, did my phone die again? Damn. Oh yeah, she's hot. She's very hot. Another like slime account, because a lot of them kind of went dead into like 2018, 2019, 2020. One of the big slime accounts that I followed came back last year and was like, hey guys, I'm a turf now.
oh my god.
Yeah. So then there was like a shockwave throughout the community of like, why are you still following her? She's a turf. And it's like, are any of you, why are we still doing this? You know, that sucked.
Trying to manipulate your exposure a little bit.
Oh, yeah. The lighting's now that it's dark, it's a little.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Oh, well, that's like I'm in a horror movie now.
But I think you should be able to get a little bit more of the details.
Yes. Oh yeah, you can see the slime a lot better now. Now somebody could be behind me, like in Haunting of Hill House. Need a little bit more in here. Do do. So what are your like sensory things that you're like, oh yes, this is the shit? Whether it's like a sound, a texture, ASMR stuff.
I do get ASMR. I do get the actual ooh. This is nice. I like this. I like the tearing. God, that's such a good question. I feel like my biggest thing with my mental health is definitely dissociation. So it's like
Mhm.
I almost feel like it's really hard for me to a lot of times even know that kind of stuff. I have this
Yeah.
really specific memory from only like 5, 6, 7 years ago where I touched this. I don't even know what it was. It was this textured metal tool, and it was like
Mm.
the handle of the tool had this horrible texture that just like I hated so fucking bad. It was so weird. Um, it was almost like it wasn't like microfiber at all, but it reminded me of that a little bit.
Ooh, microfiber is the devil.
Yeah, it was a little bit like that, but it was like metal. It was very yeah, and I was like, wow, I never had such a strong reaction to texture before, and like so now I notice sometimes that stuff.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier to notice what's like an absolute hell no,
Mm-hmm.
nails on a chalkboard kind of. Microfiber is definitely one for me. Paper, I really hate. I hate ripping paper. I hate
Hmm.
like when like the pencil like squeaks against the paper. I really don't like interacting with paper at all.
Uh, I my music taste is so much about that kind of stuff because I love weird uh music stuff. Like I love weird sounds in music. Like um, do you know Aphex Twin that much?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know the song Ventolin?
I'm not sure.
It's literally like where have I heard that sound? I feel like I've heard that. It's like a super high pitched sound for like the whole thing,
Mm,
and it like uses that. Uh, and that shit is like, oh, it's like so good to me. Like, but it's one of those sounds that like it's almost nail on a chalkboard sound. Like it's like really intense. Um,
so you
and
like abrasive.
yeah, like there's a lot of things that could be considered abrasive that I sounds that I really like. Sound textures. Um,
It's kind of stimmy.
whoa. Look at that.
Ooh, yeah. There we go. It's oh yeah. There you go. So it's still got some good stretch to it.
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
Oh, I should have done that on mic. See if I can get another one. Ooh. Yeah, how did I get that like film?
Yes. Ooh, I heard that one. Hell yes.
Yeah, what about you? Do you have any like unusual likes or dislikes?
Um, yeah, so I think you and my experiences of dissociation are a little different because I think I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like for you it's more of a like almost like checking out of reality,
Yeah.
zoning out kind of thing.
Yep.
Whereas for me, it's more like this like numbness
Mm-hmm.
that's just like in my head, uh, technically present in reality, but I can't feel anything from reality, you know?
Yep.
So I tend to be very like
Like, is that a noticeable feeling?
I yes, I can definitely tell when it's not as bad. And I can definitely use like I like intense sensations, like physical sensations to help kind
Mm-hmm.
of ground me back a little bit more. Um, so like the really extreme example for me is like taste. Like I just can't taste a lot of things. Like I can season something to shit and just not taste it. Um, even though lots of like autistics are like super tasters, you know, like my sister
Mm-hmm.
only eats really bland food. I like need something to be really heavily seasoned or else it grosses me out because it's like, what even is this? Basically.
Yeah.
Um, but like physical touch too. Like I remember my uncle when I was a kid, my uncle when he was living in Kentucky had this rock driveway, like it was paved with rocks, so it wasn't gravel, but it was like really jagged. And I was
Mm.
just on it's unlike most like it was just so bumpily textured. It's not like most driveways. And my
Right.
ass, I was like 8-year old, like barefoot, like they could not get me to go inside. Like I just needed to be touching that driveway. And I
Right.
still think about her, you know?
Yeah. So for you, it's like the dissociation makes you like sensory seeking.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's very much I just don't notice. I'm just so disconnected from my body that I don't
Mm.
notice the like. I don't think I feel shit, but I don't like notice the absence. So it's really hard for me to feel the dissociation. It's very much a thing that I have to. One thing that I really it was wild that my therapist had me do. Actually, only recently I figured this out. She was like, touch the back of your hand,
Mhm.
and I was shocked at how little I could feel that. Um,
Yeah.
but it's like I couldn't. I was so unaware of that. Um, so yeah, it's just really I my dissociation. I really go like I'm just not present at all.
Yeah. And that's such a common trauma thing and ADHD thing and like
Yeah.
together, like, yeah,
Yep.
that makes sense. So are there times when you can feel more like with the touching the back of your hand example?
Yeah. So it's like if I get triggered, I'm shocked at how little I can feel, but like I can feel it fine now. Like
Mm.
especially this, like this is. I think that's why I like streaming. Is it's I have to be kind of like doing shit. Like there's so much stimulus, and I feel very connected. But especially like if I get triggered, like I'm very yeah.
Yeah, I find that like the right stimulation level is helpful too, though sometimes I can um overstimulate as a way to like check out, you know,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
or like get zeroed in on something. It like especially with like just like working or just like going rant mode on the internet, you know. That's
Yeah.
often like I'm dissociating from something or I'm like anxious and I'm dissociating and offloading
Via
it.
by distraction, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And being really mad at somebody online that is not the problem, you
Right.
know.
I am terrible about distraction. Uh I I have like always have a podcast on or I
Mm,
have some let's play on or something, but it's all very passive distraction, like
yeah.
doom scrolling and shit like that.
But that's also
Um
not like inherently bad. Like so many
right.
ADHDers need background noise to like
Mhm.
oh.
Yeah. Um yeah, this maybe is a little more heavy, but I'm reminded of my, I haven't talked about it much. I've talked about it a little on this stream that my oldest brother was pretty seriously developmentally delayed and doesn't couldn't communicate in any way, couldn't do like really high needs, couldn't really do anything for himself. He could feed himself, and um, if you like gave him a bowl and a spoon, he could feed himself and walk, but that was kind of the limit of his abilities. And
Mhm.
he did a lot of what they call SIB, self-injurious behavior. So he, rubbed like this was a big one. He did his fingernails. He pushed his legs together. He didn't really hit, but basically so much like it was any way he could do friction on his own body to cause pain. He would when he was going off is what we would call it, as well as just
Mhm.
like be screaming. Um,
Mm.
and I think that the reason he was he did that was because he was autistic. It's one of those things when he's so obviously he's so had so little communication. It was really a diagnosis like autism is about personal experience. So it's like it's really hard to know what his personal experience was because he couldn't communicate. But I think he
Right.
was autistic in addition to a lot of other stuff. And I think that he definitely had a lot of gastro and like pain, um,
Hmm.
and a lot of pain. He may have had seizures that were painful, and I think that couldn't he wasn't able to process sensory information because of all of the pain and all of that, because all of that stuff was so overwhelming sensory wise, and he did have autism, and so he already had a lower capacity to sort through those sensations. And
Right.
so he I think him going off and doing self-injurious behavior was I did like calling it a behavior is like that's sort of a thing that they talk about with like as a communication thing, right? Which I think that there was some because he didn't have any way to communicate at all, and that was like a thing where if he hurt himself, we would be aware that and there he could get the situation to change because there was very
Right.
few ways for him to communicate that. Um, but I think mostly it was him doing hurting himself because it would overtake the pain that he was going
Hmm.
through. Specifically, I think a lot of gastrointestinal pain, and a lot of other stuff. And so it's like when you're in pain and you like, kind of like go like this, and because pain is literally only have like it's like a pipe that can only like have so much information to
Hmm.
have sensory like your brain can only process so much sensory information. It just blocks the rest out. And so he
Right.
was hurting himself because that sensory information was preferable to whatever was happening just naturally. um
Yeah. That's very much a thing. Like even I knew someone who used to study like self-harm in general, and like one of the
yeah,
major reasons people self-harm is for the endorphin rush and the stimulation, and like
right,
it does make you feel better. And like certainly that's what a lot of like kinds of like meltdown behaviors or like stimming behaviors are for me, for a lot of people. Like
yeah,
it's just it was it's the distinction that you draw between a behavior versus just a reaction is a good one, because it's like some of us can choose or learn to notice and then say, okay, I'm going to do this instead of hitting my head against the wall, which is something I used to do, you
yeah,
know. Um, but if somebody's in that state of just like acute distress and they can't communicate it or express it, like he was, then it's not exactly a behavior. It's like this physiological like response of, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
like you were saying.
and it was all complicated by the fact that he had things like uh do you know what do you are you familiar with tardive dyskinesia?
Hmm.
Yeah, so he had a
Yeah.
lot of medication side effects. So and a
Right.
lot of and so it's hard because he also did like one of the things he could do when he wasn't going off. One of the things that he could do that would be an enjoyable sensory thing for him is he would do like this, and it
Hmm.
was like a stim that he did, and it was
Right.
clearly like one of the few things he could actually like a sensory experience he could enjoy because he could like process it. Um,
Right.
and so there's like how much stuff like that was like that stuff too. It's yeah.
Yeah. I've talked a little bit about before about my friend Tay, who I'm Tumblr friends with, who he's gosh, I think he's almost 17 now. Wow. And he has like a lot of similar things going on. Like he has TBI from a car accident. He's autistic. He has, seizures, but that sometimes he loses abilities after a seizure for a while. For like
What
years at
is
a time and stuff
TBI?
like that. Oh, traumatic brain injury
Hmm,
from like I think a car accident. So like a
right.
lot of intersecting things, trauma, like all that stuff. And he can communicate on. He has an AAC, like iPad, but he likes using Tumblr message like more. Like he'll talk to his friends on Tumblr more than his mom. So like sometimes we'll email her and be like, "This is he saw something on Tumblr that made him upset. That's why he's doing this thing right now."
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of us that'll talk to him and talk to his mom and stuff. Um, and yeah, he has some self-injurious stims when he's freaked out. Um, but I've also like learned a lot from how he describes things about like my own shit or just how, being autistic works.
Yeah.
Um, like he has a lot of insight into these things. Like he'll talk about how when he's like at school or like at a family gathering with a lot of people, like he has like one cousin he really likes and he knows her name and he'll like go to her, but he doesn't like the rest of his family. He's like pretty overwhelmed by that many people. And so he'll just talk about like these blurry people, like people being blurry.
Yeah.
And that like it was something that I never really realized that I would also like do. Like I don't recognize people when I'm out in public most of the time. Um
Yeah.
like there's just a point where you're just not processing people's faces or anything about them.
Yeah.
Um and it wasn't something I even consciously realized I was doing. Because it's just like a dissociation thing.
Right.
Um so that was like, and he talks about going to like Taylor World like in his head and stuff, and like only certain people can go in there and stuff like that. And it's just like he's just, for somebody who's people talk about like cognitive age and how fucked up that is, like
Right.
even if he's taking first grade level classes or learning first grade level things, he's a 17-year-old with 17 years of experience figuring things out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like has some ways more insight into what's going on for him than I did.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that was very cool and interesting to like get to think of it that way. It's like, oh, I know actually I know exactly what you mean now that you put
Yeah.
it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that there's some things that me and Ben do the same way. I'm doing physical therapy right now, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like hold all my tension in my legs and like hold all this tension. I'm like, oh yeah, he did the same thing when he was like going
Hmm.
off. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And if we ever get the massage anon from Tumblr to
Oh
come on here,
yeah. Yeah.
um, which I think they are down to talk on text only. Um, they would probably have a lot of interesting things to say about that stuff and how that like adds up over time.
Yeah.
I know there's definitely stuff where I'm like I get pressure from sitting a certain way. Like I need like my legs scrunched up for that like pressure on my like thighs, but my hips are like you're 35.
Your hips don't lie.
Yeah, my hips don't lie.
It's for our said self-injurious quote self-injurious behavior produces a very constant sensory input, unlike most
Mhm.
sensory inputs, which are wildly unpredictable and distressing. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And that's the same thing with like music too. Like you might hate background noise that's annoying, but
Yep.
like really strong, heavy music is like predictable.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, even calling a lot of it self-harm is missing what it actually is a lot of the
Right.
time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. How's your? Where's yours at? Your slime.
Yeah, the white slime is pretty done, so I think I'm gonna add some foamy shit to it. Yeah, this is pretty.
Should we risk trying to put your phone back?
Sure, fuck it.
The browser window is much more stable now, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a pretty good run on it before it
Mm-hmm.
died this last time.
I'm gonna close some browser windows I don't need. More shit open than I needed. Favorite sense, cat hair everywhere. My favorite sensory input is self cupping. Such an intense feeling and relieves so much tension.
Ooh. I didn't know you could do it to yourself. I don't know much about how cupping works.
Yeah, I don't either. Are you hearing yourself, Devin?
Am I? No.
Perfect. I think it switched and I
Great.
switched it.
Oh, thank you. I've always wanted to try one of those hot stone massages just for the sake of heavy thing on you
Yeah.
experience. This comes off, I think. There we go. And cheers to us for not making big nasty mess so far.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I did make that. I even made that super messy slime and was handling it and shit, but I don't think I actually really made a mess with it.
Okay, that's probably too much foam to start, but fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, I don't understand what this is going to do.
It's gonna make a very fluffy, puffy slime that can gets even it'll actually potentially inflate too big for the container
Oh, wow.
when you like fuck with it. Yeah, it can be really good. Good shit. Okay, so now it's kind of gotten gloppy again, so I'll need to add more activator.
Is anyone in the chat doing slime? Or if any VOD watchers are doing slimes with us, we would love to see them. Comment that you're doing
Yes,
them and send us pictures or videos.
yes. Anybody playing at home?
It's basically cat hair everywhere. The cupping is basically the same thing as like a dick pump, but for your back muscles. So
Oh,
it's
that sounds
so it's like
good.
when you put a cup on your mouth and you suck on it, and the cup gets sucked on your mouth. But
Oh,
is that kind of because it's like suction, right? So it's like sucking on the muscles.
oh my god! Do you remember when people were doing that as like a TikTok challenge with their lips and like bursting blood vessels in their lips to make their lips look bigger,
Yeah.
with, like a water bottle?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Man, the color, I don't know if you guys can see, the color has gotten really cool on this.
Yeah, I'm sure it's kind of like with the light. Oh yeah, that's nice. Sometimes people will buy like like a color shifting like pigment
Mm-hmm.
and put it in. Oh, so pretty.
Yes, we didn't really warn anybody. That's true. We'll make sure you guys get lots of warning. So
Oh
that you
yeah.
can
Yeah,
get
we did not.
supplies.
Yeah, I should have posted the ingredient list in the Discord as well, honestly.
River Hexes, I'm jealous because apparently borax is illegal in the UK.
What?
Why is it illegal? Is it bad? Are we like killing ourselves?
People use it to kill pests like roaches and stuff. But I thought it was way more gentle than like most roach killers.
Saline solutions is a good alt in the UK, says Slippery Loops. Only certain kinds of the solution have the needed ingredients. Oh, right. You were talking about contact solution.
Right. Yeah, and not all of them work.
And you're using store bought one.
The magic liquid. Elmer's magical liquid.
So if you can find that, how have you? Yeah. So you have never used the magical liquid before. So
yeah, I've never used the magic. It's working really well, actually. I honestly, would do again. It's working as well as a borax solution, and it's pre-made, so
cool.
Pretty easy, yeah.
Speaking of your previous exploits.
Yes.
Are
you gonna pull it up?
Yeah. Chinchilla slime?
Chinchilla slime, yeah. I don't think it's been deleted or anything. This is like pre-tattoos on my hands. Oh yeah, this is working. Yeah, there it is.
Oh wait. Gotta make sure we get all the slime cameras on screen.
Oh yeah, all the slimes. Now, y'all, keep in mind, I've never been good at editing or production values at all.
Yeah, this is just...
so don't yell at me. I did usually have music on in the background, too.
Your comment, this comment, does the king still follow back? Did you see that comment?
Aw, that's so sweet.
You gotta follow, everybody follow chunk.esoup.
Does the king still follow back? That's so sweet.
Oh yeah, this has hand tats. So this is
Oh, this was a yeah.
This is from 2020.
Like 2020 probably, right?
Yep, September 2020.
Yeah, so this was like a resurgence. A brief resurgence. Short-lived. Because that's this desk that I'm using right now. So. I probably did it honestly because of the finger tats.
Yeah, you had to show them off.
Yeah. If I'm being honest.
I mean, fucking mood. What are all your finger tats again? I don't actually remember.
Yeah. So these are my main 3 zodiacs. So Aries Sun, Pisces Moon, Aquarius Rising. And then I was for the longest time, and I still am trying to making your Pokemon types the new Hogwarts
Yes.
houses, which you get to just pick. So I was like, I'm an electric fairy. So that's
We
what
need
this
to
is.
do a stream on that because I love that, and it's crazy
Oh,
we
we
haven't done one yet.
should. Oh my God, you're right. We should do that.
I don't know what I would be. I have thought I'm so bad at self-actualizing. I'm so bad at, like, people are always like, what are characters that really spoke to you as a kid? And I'm like, none. So I don't know.
Well, let's see. Yeah, well, I wrote up like
Yeah,
profiles of
you
each
had
of
a
the types,
yeah, that's true. We'll have to
but it's also aspirational, you know. It's whatever you want.
Yeah, we'll save that discussion because we need to do a full stream on that.
You're right. Yeah, I can ponder it. I mean, like any goth, you know, dark or ghost.
I love me Ghastly.
Yeah, yeah, a ghost would work. And of course you can pick multiple types with Pokemon, which is also cool.
Oh my god, these are gorgeous. Yeah, there's so many too.
I know.
I don't know what to. This one spoke to me.
Yeah, do it. Oh yeah, this one. With these sponges, I was like, oh, I'm really doing something with these.
So this is. Oh wait, 2019, January 30th, 2019. I just realized there's music, but you didn't edit in the music.
I'm just playing.
The mic. It's kind of a vibe, though. Honestly, I feel like I'm like in a mall or something. Like, honestly, It's a vibe.
I was going for this like very you know, mysterious junky lo-fi aesthetic. Also
it
called
works.
Not my... Because my apartment building was too loud, so I needed to drown out the background noise, but I also still wanted the pops, you know, so.
Yep, you got to get the comments. FFF, follow for follow.
Yep, follow for follow. The girlies are out. This one smelled like dulce de leche.
I don't know what that is. Is that a...
It's like a Mexican, like, sweet treat, creamy.
Oh.
Treat. Milky sweet treat. Kind of like a caramel.
Can I just say that this is the platonic ideal of this show, where we each have two cameras and we're sliming and we're watching slime and we're talking about like real shit. Like, yes. This is the platonic ideal of this show. It's just so many things happening.
You might not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
Hello, Super Bowser.
Welcome.
That's a mimic slime right there. It looks like what is the Pokemon?
Mimikyu?
Yeah, or not Mimikyu.
Ditto?
Ditto, yeah, that looks like a Ditto.
I was really into this band called Nightclub at this time, so there's a lot of fucking Nightclub tracks on these.
Is that
videos.
What this is?
Yeah.
I'm into it. Oh, it's honestly such a vibe how lo-fi it is, and the way that the like table shakes, and the lighting is so harsh, and it's like, it's honestly it literally, it's a vibe.
It's so cryptid.
It is.
I did hate the table shakes. I was like, God damn it.
Let's scroll back. a lot farther, see if there's like
Yeah.
other eras.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this one has a lot of clay in it. You can kind of see. I loved this slime. This slime was so fun to play with. So
So yeah, are
creamy.
these all ones you had made, or have you bought
Most of them are
some?
ones I've made. There are a couple that are reviews of ones that I bought. If
Mm.
it's in like a specialty container, I can kind of point out in that case which ones are which. Oh, I forgot I still have my camera on.
How long? Chubby Kumka asks, how long would it take to make these?
The videos or the slimes? I mean, I would go back, like, I would make a bunch of slimes in big batches, spend a couple hours, you know, in the evening doing it, and then I would have nights where I was like, okay, I'm filming, don't disturb me, and I'd fucking put on the music and like film a bunch of videos, and then I'd be like, shit, they all look like shit, and then I'd post them anyway.
No, they're great.
But like if we look at any other Slimers accounts, like they had these great like those light boxes that people buy if they're like
Mm-hmm.
selling jewelry or whatever.
Yep.
Oh my god, people had like the prettiest setups, and I was so jealous.
See, we need to get this shit viral. This is the only reason I want to like make this show big, is that so we can have more money and we can just do shit like this. We could just like put a bunch of money into getting you like an amazing slime setup. That would be so
Yes.
fucking fun.
I was so envious of like all the big Slimers. They were suburbanites, so they could have a whole craft room that was separate in their house.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how am I supposed to do that in my at the time, $900 one bedroom or whatever?
In the shitty.
Yeah, in the
City.
shitty. Slimers in the shitty.
Ooh, that's a poppin'.
That thwack. Yeah, that's the shit. Yes. 1-800 are you slapping?
We could crowdfund for like a slime closet. Yes.
I think at this point I could just, choose my bliss like that. And that's part of the whole weird condo fantasy that I'm having, like a room that I can
Yes.
put DDR in. Like I want to have
Yes.
enough space for a DDR pad and for a good setup for streaming in general.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this one has like a pigment in it. You can kind of see the
Yeah, it's very colorful.
metallic.
Mastodon Mutual is currently buying a Chicago apartment, and holy shit, it's Clown City. Ugh.
Oh no, it's Clown City. Uh, I don't. I'm not sure in what sense you mean that, because it could mean so many ways.
Yeah,
I literally know a lot of clowns here, a lot of people who do clownery.
I imagine just a nightmare to buy.
Yeah, buying an apartment. Yeah, you can't really buy an apartment here. It's a condo only kind of deal, unless you're getting a house. Which who has that kind of money? And this is a city that is run by a series of like Polish men who will yell at you on the phone. That's the only way to get an apartment.
Oh, I'm good at that. See, this is why I need to come and do that, because I am Polish and I can yell at people on a phone.
Oh yeah,
I'd be great at that.
Interface.
I literally talking on the phone is like my superpower. I just calling a bunch of people and figuring shit out.
That is a very good superpower. That is much needed. You can kind of see this fluffy slime is starting to get pretty
Oh
like
wow,
jiggly and
yeah.
movement.
That's so different. She, the mutual, won Jeopardy, so I assume that's how most Chicago homeowners get their deposits. That's amazing.
Yeah, good for her. Honestly though, compared to the East Coast, Chicago is so much more affordable. Like
Oh yeah.
it's possible to live here for some amount of people. It's still tough.
Hmm.
Rent is too damn high. Property values are too damn high and only getting worse. But like, oh my god, everything's $1 million on the East Coast. It's fucking crazy.
Or the West Coast.
Yeah, like the Midwest is not as bad yet.
Got to get in on the Midwest now before climate change makes all of their parts of the United States uninhabitable.
I mean, literally, like it's scary. Get a high rise and a boat.
Yeah. Ooh. That doesn't even look like
Oh
slime.
yes, all balls, all foam balls. I was so happy when I found these at the craft store. It's so funny. I like remember each of these slimes. These are like my children.
Did you hold on to them for a long time, or like, because I know you can, but they don't.
Yeah, I would hold on to them. And I would like you can also kind of take them through stages. You
Oh
can
yeah,
like
because you were saying you could combine a bunch of shit and turn it into gray sludge. So.
right. So you could keep something like this. Like eventually a pure clear slime will start to look dingy because of the oils on your hands. But you
Mm-hmm.
can add color to it and then it still looks fine. And then you can add it to a white glue, which is more opaque, or add some clay. And so some of these are actually double dips where it
Mm.
was a different slime at some point, but then I added more shit to it and it took on a new life.
Chubby Kumquat. This one with the balls is really good, Devin. You should have trademarked it.
I should have. These foam balls were so sick. This one felt so fucking good because there was like a real resistance to it. And then the glitter would come off the balls, and so then it was like a glittery slime. Oh, she was great.
Crunch alert.
Yeah, big crunch. Big crunch city.
At Hannah at posts rat pictures. I don't use Fetty anymore or Mastodon anymore. I still think I should get back into it.
Mm. Yeah, are you using like Blue Sky, or are you using any of the
I'm
things?
using Blue Sky. I feel like my feed has like I really enjoyed it when I started, and I feel like I don't know, maybe I followed more people that post more that are more like not as good. Like they're not
Hmm.
bad, but they're like I watered down my timeline. But it's still good. I actually have a bunch of uh invites that I need to give out. So if any of you want one,
Shit.
just hit me up. I keep meaning to post those on the Discord or something. Um
Did you see the like fake out where people thought Tumblr was about to like die immediately a week or two ago? And then people
yeah,
were
I
like
mean it sounds
making
like it
some
I mean
statement.
it sounds like it is a serious like unless we found out more information. It sounds like it was a serious thing, not like immediately dying serious, but it does sound like there's going to be it's being pretty heavily deprioritized within the company.
Yes, which that made a lot of people freak out, but like historically those have been the good moments for Tumblr
That
when
makes
they're not
sense.
meddling with it.
Yeah, they're not
So,
doing shit like adding shit that people don't like because all the shit they add pretty much is shit people don't like. So
yeah, or like breaks the app and shit. So, or like just weird filters on things. So like I was more in the camp of people that were like, this could be good as long as
that
they are not going to kill it right now, which you do always have to worry about it because it's not a fucking viable, financially viable website.
yeah.
But I think for the next like, you know, 6 months to a year, it's going to be a great time where you can post whole without getting censored, which is great.
Yeah. Reminding me of the woman I started talking to who was a pro game show participator in the UK, but I don't think we have enough big prizes for it to be as lucrative.
Oh, I'm surprised you could make a living off of that. I would think a lot of shows wouldn't want to have you if you've been on shows before, or there'd be like a time period limit. But I do know a few YouTubers who are just like on multiple reality shows, like separately, not the same franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Make a life of that, which is crazy. I have one friend who made it onto Jeopardy. I know a lot of people have tried.
I'd be so bad at that kind of shit. I know a lot of random facts, but none of them are ones that... They're not ones that are going to get asked on trivia.
Yeah, I don't know enough like geography or like world history. I've taken the Jeopardy test a few times, just the online one, and it's like, nope. No, dude. Not gonna happen.
I was watching some Germa play some talk show, like some game show video games, and that was very entertaining.
Oh.
Like Wheel of Fortune and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That could be fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that could be fun to do.
I'd be down to do that. We also still need to do a like a Jackbox.
Yes. Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
Because like people watching could also be in the audience or play, which is fun. So now you can see this guy is real. This guy's gotten big.
Yeah, it's so big.
And like more like it has more moisture in it. It has like more of a water content, but it still holds together.
I can see what you were talking about, like doing tricks. Like even what you're doing right now is like Salt Bay kind of shit.
Yeah. No, but some people really will like flip it around. It's crazy. I can't quite do that. I'm not, you know. I was at special ed gym. Let's not.
Ooh, that's a fun one. This one's kind of like gross. It looks like
yes. Yeah, this
like
is the silver
boogers.
One at a different stage of its life.
Yeah, I'm just going backwards now, so these are probably... That's so cool.
Yeah, I do like the noises the big crunchies make. Oh.
Okay, do we have any are there any big Slimers that we should show off?
Ooh, yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's see what like Putty Egg has been up to. I haven't been seeing them in a minute.
Insta, right?
Yeah, Insta would be good. They used to do really cool things.
Black Friday. Yeah, this looks mostly just like posting. What the
Most
fuck?
of them will. Yes.
Oh, this poor dog.
It looks like the meat hedgehog. You know about that?
No.
Oh, you should probably Google image.
Yeah, I gotta know what meat hedgehog is.
It's scary. Everybody trigger warning.
Maybe I have seen this. I think maybe this. Yes. Okay. No, this is looking familiar.
Very scary treat for you and your family.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh. Some are worse than others, for sure.
Oh, that's great. Ooh, this is some Halloween stuff. Little fingers.
Yes. Yeah, more clay. Oh, and they're playing Lana. Yes.
God, hopefully that doesn't get us muted.
Oh, yeah. Very good shit. Just looks so glossy.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, waffles.
Oh, I love the food ones.
Yeah, that's fun that there's like a thing and then you mix it together and it becomes a different thing.
Yes.
Very
That's a
TikTokable.
big thing. Yeah, it is very TikTok.
This is like, I mean, the realism on some of these is like almost as like those cake videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that this is just like Skyped out of like Daiso clay for the most part and then painted. Oh, that's another thing some of these accounts do. They'll take clay and they'll paint the outside of it, and all they'll do is just crunch it. Like it's not even a slime video. It's just like clay crunching. Oh,
Yep, I think I've seen some of that on like
I love it. Or like the soap cutting. Have you seen the soap cutting videos?
Mm-hmm.
That shit. Let's see. Slimy palettes is another one.
With an E? Slimy?
Slimy. I think no E. I think just.
Yep, with an E.
Yeah.
You're
Oh yeah, there they are. Oh, I guess because I follow it. Yeah, of course. I recommend.
Sometimes I wish I was slime. Hell yes. Oh, I'm sorry they were squishing frogs. There was frog crime. It was true. But they wanted to be slime. Just like you.
Yes. It's like, would you love me if I was a worm? Would you love me if I was a slime?
There could be a Dragon Quest slime. I don't think I've seen any of these that have been Dragon Quest slimes. Did you ever play Dragon Quest?
I think I played one on the Game Boy, but it wasn't
didn't.
like a big head.
Mm-hmm. I do love the little slime, the little slimes.
Oh yeah, they're cute.
Oh, full ASMR. Oh wow,
yes.
that's
Dude,
so
this
cool.
one's so pretty.
It's
I
so
love this
clear.
And that's something people would compliment each other on because it takes a while and you have to have very clean hands, clean everything. And so people would be like, "Oh, your clear slimes look so good, girl."
It's very like it's very FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like playing with this wonderful slime that I'm enjoying so much, but I'm like, but what if I was touching that one? You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would watch slime while playing with my slime for sure. This masturbatory thing.
it's like eating a sausage and going to the Wikipedia page for how do they make sausage. Like
yeah. Or like a mukbang.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this one's so pretty too. Oh, cat hair everywhere. I also follow Wiener Dog Slimes, so we can definitely check them out.
Oh yeah, Wiener
I'm glad that a
Dogs.
fellow slime head is here. Someone who remembers the lore. Yeah, there was one woman who like her thing was like the most amazing scents. Like her slimes just really evoked these delicious foods and stuff. But then she got canceled for shopping at Hobby Lobby, so then I couldn't buy from her anymore.
Oh yeah, pony beads. Oh wait, no, maybe it's not. Deer corn. Toss cobs into the backyard for deer. Oh, I see. That's just the slime is called that. So yeah, those are probably those look like
Yes.
pony beads, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the theme.
Does look very much like corn.
Yeah. It looks nasty.
I love the ones that look nasty. They look like they could be used in like the filming of The Thing, you know.
Yes. Oh, I love that pop. Oh. So fucking good. That's the money shot, baby.
Slime mold looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's another frog.
Yes.
Sorry. The frog is gonna
More
become
Halloween
slime.
crimes. And just like with like porn, there's like a series of steps that happen that you come to like expect. Like they put it into the jar,
Right.
and then they pull it out, and then they stretch it, and then they do the drop, and then they do the bubble pop. Ugh.
I want to see. Have you seen those TikToks that are like, because it's like Salt Bay was a thing where it was like the guy that was like being all horny making the food, and now he's like a chef at like a restaurant in New York or something where it costs like $1 billion to get a gold leaf shitty steak or whatever. But there's
Right.
like a genre of that now where I've seen other people do that shit where it's like even more horny, where it's like he's like literally like there's like some guy that'll be like smacking and like literally like finger fucking the bread dough and shit. And I want to know if there's somebody doing that with slime. It's so there's so many of the movements are so similar.
There's gotta be.
If there's not, there should be.
Yeah. A slime needs like a TikTok resurgence because it was really an Instagram thing. Like TikTok just hadn't popped off like that yet.
Do you think it's not? I mean, do you think there's not? Because I feel like there's so much like the soap cutting and like there's so much stuff like it.
It's there, or like I feel like it hit its peak and then it fell off. Like it's not. There's certainly slimers on TikTok, but like its heyday.
Its heyday is gone.
Yeah.
Well, we got it.
Because the GM says, "Do you know about the sexy clay dude?" No.
Yeah. Tell us about sexy clay dude.
I am interested.
I think I might know. Can imagine. Maybe I've seen. Does he like cover himself in clay? Abandoned sanatorium. These names are fun, and the theming on these are fun.
Yeah, they went really in depth with that one.
Wow, that's. He just makes phallic clay on the wheel and like slaps it. Okay, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can imagine that.
That's cool.
I literally just saw. I don't think it was that same guy, but I saw a shirtless guy making something in clay today. So maybe it was that guy, and I was like, I'm into this. I mean, there's a reason there was that scene in Ghost or with Patrick Swayze or whatever. I never saw that, but I've like, yeah.
There's some guy with like a big ass who like he's always on my TikTok feed making bread and stuff like that. But that's just,
Mm.
there's lots of people like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, oh, here's a good question. Should we do slime while we do a fetish rate video? Would that be a
Oh my
fun
god.
combination? That'd be so
Yeah.
like overstimulating in so many different ways.
Yeah, because we'd be pulling up videos and photos and stuff related to the fetishes because that's so key. But I mean, I love it.
Yeah, maybe at some point because I love this idea of like there's something to me the way that like, and I feel like we need like there's something to me about the way that like like uh, the internet is like finding these weird things that it's like you would never like the NPC live streams or like
Mhm.
slime even where it's like because this stuff is so eminently watchable even if it's not your thing, like it's so satisfying, and so it's like we find all these different things that like are just so satisfying to watch, and makes you stay looking at that your TikTok for a little bit longer.
Yeah. It's and people talk sometimes about like why wasn't there ASMR a thing like in human society before technology, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, surely it was, but we just have such an ability to like both capture things in granular detail, like the sounds and the looks
Mm-hmm.
of it now, and also just the ability to just like go down the freak tunnel.
Yeah. Well, and I think ASMR is so dependent on microphones. Like I think that's such
Right.
a like you could do ASMR for somebody in person, but it would be so hard. Like you'd never. Yeah, it's really it yeah, you it's very much a phenomenon of microphones. Like not solely, but it makes it so much easier to do.
Absolutely. Makes it
We did already talk about the action Devin attended, but
yes.
that will be
Yeah.
that's on the VOD. Everybody, make sure you're following us all the places and following us on YouTube. I went to the YouTube and have you seen YouTube pages have a for you page on the YouTube account?
Um, does that show like the reels or whatever they're called, their version of
No,
reels?
so it's literally like if you go to a YouTube, like somebody's YouTube page, it'll say for you, and then it'll give you suggestions from the videos of that account that you might like,
Oh.
which was fun. And the first one that it showed me was the fucking furry, the MFF furry stream. And I was like, YouTube really just fucking called me a furry. So tell us what
Which that's next week.
it is. That's
That's a week
true.
from now. So,
And you're going, right?
oh yeah, Thursday through Monday, baby. I'm living there.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I want to hear. I can't wait to hear all your exploits.
Yes. Hopefully you can rejoin us next year.
Yeah,
Fun.
it'd be fun to stream both of us together at MFF.
Yes. That would be so fun.
We had
You can,
ASMR before the internet. It was called whisper flirting in your partner's ear.
yeah. And I think some like spiritual rituals or like prayer rituals,
Yeah.
like meditation bowls or whatever they're called, that like make that humming noise and like things like that.
Is that another? Is that a third slime in there?
No, this is the puffy
That's the puffy.
and this is the clear. Let's see. Oh, you can see here the bubbles have started to rise to the
Oh
top.
yeah.
So let me see if I can pop them on the mic.
That's good. That's very good.
Good shit. Yes. So that's just a little treat that will continue to bake throughout the next few days. Oh, you can also grab the pom-poms and squeeze a little bit of air out of them.
Oh,
It's good shit.
that's really good. All right. Well, this was a very fun little chill sleep
Yes.
stream. I'm very pleased with my slime.
Yes, she's beautiful. Great job. Great job
Uh,
for a first timer, first slimer.
First Slimer, you're a great teacher. So you know your pedagogy.
I've been in the trenches making ass video as usual. You know, you saw I have no taste for production values since the jump. You
so
know.
so yeah, let's hop off for today and maybe no stream next week.
Unless we want to do Furfest, basically, you know,
That
which
would be fun. We'll just have to we'll just have to talk about that. Um uh but yeah. Let's
yeah.
see. Let's see who we got to raid.
Let's see. Steph Signati's playing Halo Infinite.
We could jump on Tilted Turtle. Have we I don't know if we've done that
Oh
in
yeah,
this.
let's do that.
This is an IRL friend playing Star Citizen.
So if another
Hell
ring
yeah.
dot-
Well, thank you for watching, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. Petagooey, slime
Gooey.
Petagooey.
Very good. Petagooey.
All right.
You get it.
All right. Well, we'll catch you on the flip. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out.
Yes. See y'all soon.